This is multiplication of functions. The product of two functions f of x and g of x is denoted by f times g of x, and this product is defined as f times g of x is equal to f of x times g of x. Simply, we will multiply the expressions for f of x and g of x. Here are the steps. We substitute the given functions, we multiply the expressions, we group similar terms, and we combine similar terms. Let us have example 1. Find the product of the functions f of x equals negative 2x and g of x equals 4x minus 2. So again, we will just substitute the expressions for f of x, and that is equal to negative 2x. We enclose them in the parentheses, and we will no longer write this dot symbol. Instead, we will just write the parentheses. No? The expression for f of x enclosed in the parentheses, negative 2x, multiplied by the expression for g of x, which is 4x minus 2, written inside the parentheses. Okay, now negative 2x multiplied by 4x minus 2, this is multiplication of polynomials. And we will simply multiply the two expressions, and we multiply each term to each term in the multiplier, no, or in the second expression. That means we will have uh, we will multiply negative 2x by 4x, then plus we will also multiply negative 2x to the second term, which is negative 2. Take note, negative 2x will be multiplied to 4x, and negative 2x will be multiplied again to or by the second term, which is negative 2. The second term is negative 2. Take note of that. And the product is equal to, we have negative 2x times 4x, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8, and then x times x, the loss of exponents, we have x squared. So x times x is x squared. We add the exponents when we multiply two variables. Take note, huh? We add the exponents when we multiply two variables. We multiply the numerical coefficients, negative 2 and 4, negative 8, and then we multiply the variables by adding the exponents. That is x times x, x1 plus x to the 1 is x squared. Then, negative 2x times negative 2, we have plus negative 2x times negative 2. We multiply the numbers. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, and then we copy x. This is now the product of the functions f of x equals negative 2x and g of x equals 4x minus 2. So again, we simply multiply the two expressions, and then since there are no like terms, we do not combine like terms, and we do not group like terms yet. No? We will have it done in the second example. Again, each term of the f of x will be multiplied to each term of g of x. And this is the product. Let us have example number 2. Find the product of the functions f of x equals x plus 4 and g of x equals 5x minus 3. That is, substituting, we have the expression for f of x is x plus 4 will be multiplied to the expression for g of x, which is 5x minus 3. Okay, now we have, again, each term of f of x will be multiplied to each term of g of x. Okay, let me show you. That is, the first term of f of x is x, will be multiplied to each term of the g of x, that is times 5x. Then we will also have plus. Okay, we will write it as addition, no? Express it as an addition. We have plus, always add, no? X again multiplied 2, we have the second term of our g of x expression is negative 3. Take note of that, huh? X multiplied by 5x, and x will be also multiplied to the second term, which is negative 3. And then plus each term of the f of x will be multiplied to each term of the g of x. That means we have multiplied first x, the first term. Now let's proceed to the second term of our f of x, which is positive 4. That is 4 multiplied by the first term of g of x, which is 5x, then plus, again, 4 multiplied by the second term of our g of x, which is negative 3. So again, each term of our first expression will be multiplied to each term of our second expression. So we have x times 5x, x times negative 3, 4 plus, again, plus 4 times 5x, and then 4 times negative 3. And we have simplifying x times 5x. This is 5. Adding the exponents, 1 plus 1, we have x squared, no? Plus x times negative 3 is negative 3x, plus 4 times 5x is 20x, and plus 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Okay. Then we group similar terms. No, we can also group similar terms here. That is, we have, let me just copy this. No, we have two similar terms, and grouping them would be, that is, okay, this is negative 3x plus 20x plus negative 12. So we group negative 3x and 20x. As you can see, we have negative 3x plus 20x for you to better grasp, no, the idea of adding polynomials. Okay, we have 5x squared plus negative 3x plus 20x plus negative 12. And that is equal to grouping similar terms. We have 5x squared plus negative 3x plus 20x plus negative 12. And this is now equal to, copy 5x squared and negative 3x plus 20x, adding unlike signed integers, subtract. This is now positive 17x, then plus 17x. Then this will become positive times negative. We have plus 17x minus 12. Okay, so this positive will be multiplied by the negative here will become negative 12. Thus, the product, no, of the two functions f of x and g of x is equal to 5x squared plus 17x minus 12. So again, each expression or each term of the f of x expression will be multiplied to each term of the g of x expression. So we have x times 5x, x times negative 3, plus 4 times 5x, plus 4 times negative 3. So it would be better if we do it this way for you to better understand the process. And the product is 5x squared plus 17x minus 12. Let us have example number 3. Find the product of the functions 2x cubed minus 5x squared and g of x equals 2x plus 1. We will do the same process. Again, we substitute, no, the expression. We will just write down the expression, copy here, no, we'll just copy paste this. And then, for the expression for g of x, that is, the expression for g of x is 2x minus 1. Okay. And again, each expression, each term of the f of x expression will be multiplied to each term of the g of x expression. That is, this term, 2x cubed, will be multiplied to the first term of the g of x expression, which is 2x, plus, again, we have, again, this one multiplied to the second term of the g of x expression, which is negative 1. Plus, next we have the second term of the f of x expression, which is negative 5x squared. Negative 5x squared will be multiplied to each term of the g of x expression, which is 2x. No? Negative 5x squared times 2x, another plus, again, negative 5x squared times the second expression, or the second term, which is negative 1. Okay. So we have 2x cubed multiplied by 2x plus 2x cubed multiplied by negative 1 plus negative 5x squared multiplied by 2x plus negative 5x squared multiplied by negative 1. Okay, then we have the product. Multiply the two numbers, the coefficients, 4. 2 times 2 is 4, and then we add the exponents. Remember, x cubed times x is adding the exponents. We have x to the fourth power. We have now plus 2 times negative 1 is negative 1. Copy the variable and its exponent. Negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Then you have x cubed plus we have negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. X squared times x is adding the exponents. Don't forget, again, we have x cubed. Then it's x cubed. Then you have plus, we have negative 5x squared times negative 1. Negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5. Then copy the numerical, the literal coefficient and its variable, no? 5x squared. Okay. Again, 2x cubed times 2x, multiplying the numerical coefficients. 2 times 2 is 4. X cubed times x is multiplying the variables. We have x raised to the power of 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, copying x cubed, plus negative 5 times 2 is negative 10, x squared times x, 2 plus 1 is x cubed, plus negative 5 times negative 1 is 5x squared. And then we group similar terms. Now in this case, let's not do that anymore, because we will just add them right away. Okay? That is now equal to 4x squared to the fourth power. Okay. Nag-iisa. No other similar term. Then we'll just copy it here. Plus, we have negative 2x cubed plus negative 10x cubed. Since they are like terms, no, the same variable and its exponent, then we can add them. Negative 2 plus negative 10x cubed is negative 2x cubed plus negative 10x cubed is negative 12x cubed. So we will just write it directly, negative 12 x cubed. Okay. Negative 12x cubed plus 5x squared, since we will just bring it down. Okay, so there we have it. The product of the two functions f of x equals 2x cubed minus 5x squared, and g of x 2x minus 1 is 4x to the fourth minus 12x cubed plus 5x squared. Again, each term will be multiplied to each term of g of x. That is 2x cubed times 2x, 2x cubed times negative 1, negative 5x squared times 2x, negative 5x squared times negative 1. And then multiplying and combining like terms, we have 4x to the fourth minus 12x cubed plus 5x squared. Let us have example number 3. Oh, 4. Example number 4. Example number 4. Find the product of the functions f of x equals negative 2x squared plus 14 minus 2x and g of x equals x squared plus 5. Substituting, we have enclosing them in the parentheses. We have we have uh, the second expression, g of x is equal to x squared plus 5. Okay. Karon lang kay gaobra kog tutorial video. Equals negative 2x squared. Again, each term of this expression will be multiplied to each term of the g of x expression. So we have negative 2x squared times x squared. So let's do this. I will no longer write it down, no, because it's long. We have negative 2x squared times x squared is negative 2. Then we have x, negative 2x squared times x squared, that is x2, x squared, 2 plus 2, we have 4. Then we have plus, we can do it directly, no? Negative 2x squared times the second term, we have negative 2x squared times positive 5. We have negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Then copy the variable and its exponent. We have x squared. Okay. That is x squared. Then the second, again, negative 2x squared times x squared is negative 2x to the fourth, adding the exponents. Negative 2x squared times 5 is negative 10x squared. Next, we have 14 times x squared. We have plus 14x squared. Then 14 times 5, we have plus 14 times 5 is 70. Okay. Then negative 2x times x. So we have negative 2x times x squared, rather. We have negative 2. Adding the exponents, we have x cubed. X cubed. Again, negative 2x times x squared is negative 2 times x cubed. Then negative 2x times 5 is negative 10x. Okay. Then we combine similar terms. Okay. Writing our final answer, again, we have to express this in descending order, no? According to the exponent. Descending order according to the exponent. We have negative 2x to the fourth. So we have writing it, we have negative 2x to the fourth. Then the next term is negative 2x, okay? Cube, no? Negative 2x cube. We have negative 2x to the fourth minus this term, 2x cube. Then we have the squared, negative 10x plus 14, negative 10x squared plus 14x squared is positive 4 plus 4 plus 4x squared. And then the constant, we have 70. Not yet, okay. Okay, last to write is the constant. Let's have first the negative 10x. We have negative 10x and then plus 70. Okay, did we get it right? We have, again, negative 2x to the fourth, then negative 2x to the fourth minus 2x cubed. Combining negative 10x squared plus and 14x squared, we have plus 4x squared. Then minus 10x plus 70. Thus, we have the product of the two functions, f of x and g of x, is negative 2x to the fourth minus 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 10x plus 70. Okay, so let's have example number 5. Now, example number 5, in this case, we have a specified value for x. We have a specified value for x, f times g of negative 4. This means that the product of the two functions will be evaluated at x equals negative 4. Thus, we will first determine the product of these two functions. Substituting, we have 2x minus 1 for f of x, and g of x, we have 3x minus 3. Okay, and multiplying, we have 2x times 3x. Let's write it directly. No? We have 6x squared. Then 2x times negative 3, we have minus 6x. And the negative 1 times 3x, we have minus 3x. And the negative 1 times negative 3 is plus 3. Then we combine. We have copy 6x squared. Bring it down. Negative 6x minus 3x is negative 9x. Negative 9x. And then plus 3. Now, this expression will be evaluated when x is negative 4. So this is the product of the two functions, and we substitute negative 4 in this product. We have equals 6 multiplied by the square of negative 4. That is negative 4 squared minus 9 times negative 4 plus 3. Again, this is equal to 6 multiplied by negative 4 squared. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Then minus 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. Then plus 3. And then we have 6 times 16 is 96. So we have 96 minus negative 36. Okay, negative 36 plus 3. Okay, then we do keep change. This will become 96 plus 36 plus 3. Okay, and therefore, f times g of negative 4 so is equal to 96 plus 36 is 132. Plus 3 is 135. We have 96 plus 36 is 12. 132 plus 3 is 134. Therefore, 135. Therefore, f times g of negative 4 is 135. So the product, if we have a specified value for our x, we just determine first the product of the two functions, the product of the two expressions, and we got it here, 6x squared minus 9x plus 3. And then we substitute the specified value for our variable to get our desired value, or the product of the two functions when x is negative 4. Let us have example number 6. This is f times g of negative 3. That means when x is 3, we will first determine the product of the two functions, 2x cubed minus 5x plus 1, and g of x equals x squared minus 4. So substituting, or in our equation here, we have our f of x is 2x cubed minus 5x plus 1, and we have our g of x equals x squared minus 4. So we will do the multiplication directly. 2x cubed times x squared is 2x to the 5th power. Take note, that is 2x to the 5th power. Then we have 2x cubed times negative 4 is negative 8x cubed. We have negative 8x cubed. Then we have Next, negative 5x times x squared. We have negative 5x times x squared is x cubed. We have negative 5x cubed. Then negative 5x times negative 4. We have positive 20x. Positive 20x. And then the last term, we have 1 times x cubed, x squared. We have plus x squared. Then 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Okay, let's check. 2x cubed times x squared is 2x to the 5th power. 2x cubed times negative 4 is negative 8x cubed. Negative 5x times x squared is negative 5x cubed. Negative 5x times negative 4 is positive 20x. 1 times x squared plus x squared, and 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Then combining like terms, we have, okay, just copy 2x to the 5th power. Copy, and then combine these two terms, negative 8x cubed minus 5x squared, x cubed rather, we have negative 13. Negative 13, okay, x cubed. Then, negative 13 x cubed. Then, again, write x squared. We'll write first x squared before plus x squared. We have plus x squared before 20x plus 20x plus 20x minus 4. So this is now the product of our two functions. We have 2x to the 5th, combining like terms, negative 13x cubed plus x squared plus 20x minus 4. And then we will substitute x here equals negative 3. Okay, substituting, we have 2 multiplied by, we have negative 3 to the 5th power minus 13 times 13 times negative 3 cube. Now we have negative 3 cube plus negative 3 squared. We have negative 3 squared plus 20 times negative 3 minus 4. Let's check it. 2 times negative 3 to the 5th minus 13 times negative 3 cube plus negative 3 squared plus 20 times negative 3 minus 4. And that is equal to, we have 2 times negative 3 to the 5th power is negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is 27 times negative 3 is 81. 27 times 3 is 81, and 81 times 3 is 243. Negative 243. Okay? Negative 243 minus 13 times negative 3 cube is negative 27 plus negative 3 squared is 9 plus 20 times negative 3 is negative 60 minus 4. Okay, we have now 2 times, let's check it, no? Negative 3 cube is negative 243. Okay, and that is 2 times negative 243 is negative 486. 486. We have negative 486. We have minus 13 times 27. Let's use our calculator. Okay, we have 13 times 27 is equal to 351. No? We have times minus negative 351 So 13 times negative 27 is negative 351 plus 9 minus 60 minus 4. 9 plus 6, negative 60 is, we have plus negative 51 minus 4. Okay. So 9 plus negative 60, it could be negative 51 minus 4. Okay. Then we have negative 486 minus negative 351. So we keep change. That is 486 plus 351. We have negative 486 plus 351. We have 486 minus 351. That is 135. We have negative 135 plus negative 51. We have plus 51 plus 4, that is equal to negative 190. Negative 190. So again, negative 486 minus negative 351 is plus negative 51 minus 4 is negative 190. Thus, we have f times g of negative 3 is equal to negative 190. So again, if we have a specified value for x, we simply first determine the product of the two expressions or the two functions, and then the product will be substituted by the specified value of x to get our desired value of the function, desired value of the product of our function. This is multiplication of functions.